Welcome to Conscious Curiosities, where we unlock the wisdom of the universe which lies within. I'm Maria Luz, your host, an astrologer, hypnotist, and psychic medium. Before I start the episode today, I want to let you know about two events that are coming up. One is this Saturday, March 14th, and it's from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific time. And it's called Voices of Spirit. It's through the McAllister Academy where I teach. And it is a gallery mediumship where we will be touching into spirit and pulling messages and connecting to audience members. And then we'll have a breakout rooms time where different modalities will be available for you to explore. And I will be hosting the astrology room. And then on Friday, March 20th, which happens to be the equinox, I will be giving a workshop at West Coast Willow Apothecary in West Seattle. So I will put the links for both of those in the show notes so you can check them out. So today I want to talk about the conjunction of asteroid Chiron and dwarf planet Eris. So if you want to start looking back to correlate this conjunction maybe to what was happening in your life, they made this conjunction for the first time May 26th, 2025 at 25 degrees Aries. And then again, when they were both in retrograde on October 8th, 2025. And then this upcoming conjunction will be March 19th. And because Eris moves so slowly, the orbit is about 550 years. This will be the last time in all of our lifetimes that these two meet in the sign of Aries. And in fact, the next time they meet, period, which will be in the sign of Taurus, will be 2079. So it's a very infrequent occurrence. And there is also a lot of energy in Aries at this time. We will have Venus in a close conjunction, not a close conjunction, but in a conjunction with these two planets just about 8 degrees away. And then we'll also have the moon in Aries, Saturn, and also Neptune in Aries. So let me try to break this down. First of all, we'll start with Chiron. Chiron is the one who's moving a little bit faster than Eris and will be forming the conjunction and then moving onward through Aries. And Chiron is this archetype of the wounded healer, and in mythology took an arrow for one of the gods, and in the process had this wound that he could never quite heal. And as he learned to manage it, he learned things like herbalism and other healing techniques. He also trained the gods for competitions and things like that. And so there's also this mentor component with Chiron. So in our birth charts, it is about where we have this intrinsic wound. And so if we look at the collective, the same thing, where there's this intrinsic wound in the collective that maybe there's no way to completely heal it. However, our work is to try to discover ways to ease the suffering, and in so doing, share that knowledge and that care with others who are similarly suffering. And then we have Eris, who in mythology is known for beginning the Trojan War and really kind of has a bad rap for being the goddess of strife and discord. And I put a lot more detail in my written Substack piece for today if you want to read more about that. And Eris is also the sister of Mars. And so there is this component of being embodied in the same way Mars is, but maybe rather than embodying the personal desire that comes through our sun and our moon. Maybe Eris is this embodiment more of the soul desire. And that is because there is a relationship with Eris and the planet Pluto. And you can read about that as well. But just trust me on this one. So Eris might be more of this soul purpose embodiment. And it also folds in some collective embodiment. So we are dealing with, on the one hand, maybe this intrinsic wound, this healing that is necessary. On the other hand, embodiment of soul purpose. And there's also a component with Eris about having to call out what is harmful, hurtful, damaging, maybe what is a inappropriate use of power. And then having to deal with the repercussions of being the one to actually take a stand for against those things, or for maybe more of a inclusive way of being. So that's in the mix as well. And in the sign of Aries, there is this sense of urgency because it's the first sign of the zodiac. It's the cardinal fire as well. So there is this urgency for us to maybe come to terms with what we have, what the roles that we have given women and the power that we have allowed and how that's been expressed. And this is also because Venus is sitting there in Aries as well. And Eris has been in the sign of Aries since 1922. So, so specifically looking back at maybe the history of where women have made attempts to start, because that's the Aries, to start holding this power amidst systems where they have been relegated to other roles that do not hold power, decision-making authority, or the ability really to step forward into an embodied soul purpose. And I think all of this energy has been building. Women are finding their soul purposes now, or they're feeling at least that they need to. And this will be a very healing event because there's a lot of resentment, maybe anger, grief that has arisen, not only in women, but of course, women don't live in a vacuum. And so there are, everyone else, their children, their siblings, their partners, their coworkers, all of this. And we are going to be, before maybe Chiron leaves Aries, we're meant to be doing some of this healing work so that we can create a way forward that is equitable and respectful in the way that maybe in mythology Eris intended to begin when she instigated that event that led to the Trojan War. So I will leave you with that today, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend.